Hello and welcome to Podcast Corner 101. You're probably thinking, hang on a minute, this is a name change because this is a reboot. I've already told you guys what's happening in the podcast and now you guys are finding out on video. So we're going to do some Q&A sessions today to find out about our new members to the podcast. So sit back, grab a coffee, grab a cup of tea, grab yourself some food and have a good time with our videos. So without further ado, I'm going to leave it to these guys to take it away. See you very shortly. Hello and welcome to Podcast Corner 101. So we're back doing our Q&A sessions and today I have with me Jamie. Say hello, Jamie.
Hello.
So Jamie, how did you get involved with Freedom Road Creative Arts?
My brother, which you've seen a previous video on, is Jordan. He got me into it and so did Ian, which I'm sure you've heard Ian before.
Yeah, we have had a lot of people mentioning Ian today, and Ian is a great man, great things he does. So how did you hear about the podcast and how did you get involved with the podcast?
Obviously, once again, my brother had told me, and I speak to Ian because he comes into my school, and I speak to him about all my problems, and he said, a good thing that I recommend is a podcast. And I said, oh, what's one of them? And he said, oh, we run one. I was like, Freedom Road? And he said, yeah. And I'd already been involved with Freedom Road with other things. I said, sure, we'll give it a go. And I'm still here a year on.
So, you'd never heard a podcast before then, either?
Nope.
So, was Freedom Road Creative Arts one of the first podcasts you listened to?
I've never even listened to a podcast.
Wow, that's unbelievable, Jamie. I can't believe that. So, Jamie, how old are you, buddy?
16.
And tell us a little bit about yourself. So what do you do outside of Freedom Road Creative Arts?
If I'm not eating, I'm probably on my flight simulator.
Ooh, is that on your PC then?
Yep.
Do you have like a big setup then, so it feels like you're in the cockpit of a kind of an aeroplane and you're kind of ready to set off, or is it just literally a keyboard and mouse and?
I've got a joystick and a throttle. And
wow.
I've got a keyboard for any other things. But
that is so cool. So I've never played Flight Simulator, so all the viewers at home, what is Flight Simulator? Because simulator means simulation, so
yeah.
to kind of do a pretend video or simulation or something. So you're simulating flying planes.
Yep.
So you flying a plane from Singapore to the Czech Republic and stuff like that. Are you actually flying like cruise airline planes and landing them in different kind of airports and stuff?
Yeah, so
what?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you fancy yourself being a flying aeroplane person?
Pilot.
A pilot, there, one of them.
I did.
You did, but not no more.
No.
Is it because of the amount of crashes you've done on the game?
I'm a professional pilot, mate.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Got 400 hours since February.
That is crazy. I love that. It seemed you got a bit of passion to it, so maybe it's a bit of a hobby.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm always flying. As soon as I got in from school today, I thought I need to go do this podcast. So, not podcast, Q&A.
Q&A.
So I've took off and it's flying while I'm out.
Wow, so these 737's currently in air on autopilot, and when you get in, you can go, hello guys, it's your pilot Jamie is back. I've just been back from a Q&A session, but don't you worry. Now please, if you look to your left, you will see Birmingham. If you look to your right, you'll see France. I know, odd. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, which going in the direction.
Awesome. So, last kind of formal question I'm going to ask you is, how long and how did you get involved with Freedom Road Creative Arts? How long have you been going? Because we've already answered that question, really. So how long have you been going to Freedom Road Creative Arts?
I first started being involved with Freedom Road about 3 years ago.
Wow, that's crazy. It's crazy how time passes, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
I've been going 12 years and it feels like just like yesterday. So I guess it's the same for you?
Yeah, obviously I joined the drama group of Freedom Road and then I left for a little bit to join the Royal Air Force Cadets. And
I remember your face and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and then I got back involved with a podcast and yeah.
Awesome. It's good to have you on board. So here's some informal questions for you. So first question, Jamie, do you find it hard to kind of butter bread?
Yes.
Really, isn't it? What's that about? Why does it tear? Why does it have to do that? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Do you prefer pizza or calzone?
Depends what's in it. Or on
Depends
it.
What's in it, yeah. Do you brush your teeth with your left hand or your right hand?
Depends which side of the mouth I'm doing.
Depends what side. I like that. And here's a few other questions. So, if you was given the chance to be a millionaire or to have 25 hands, what would you rather have?
Millionaire.
I'd rather have the 25 hands because then you could make the money as a goalkeeper. You'd be the best goalkeeper in the world. So, now, cutting straight back. So, let's talk more about the podcast. So, Jamie, I'm going to ask you a few more quick questions about the podcast. So, lately, we've not been doing many podcasts, but did it feel good to be back with the group, restarting the podcast up as a new name and a new professional feel and style to it?
Yeah, it felt better to just be back in person and not relying on technology.
Yeah, like
internet.
Zoom and stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely. It feels better, doesn't it, as well,
Yeah.
to be in face instead of just having a camera in front of you, and you
Yeah.
can just go turn your camera off and go and have a cup of tea and come back and go, oh yeah, I've been there the entire time. What were you saying? You know, I get you. So you said you haven't listened to any podcasts, but since doing this podcast, have you felt more intrigued and more like you want to check out podcasts more and listen to them more?
Yeah, well, this is the only podcast I do, and then the only other podcast I listen to is one for the local rugby team, Hull FC.
Ooh, I like that. That's cool. So basically, Jamie, thank you for joining us today. So guys, this has been Jamie. Thank you for joining us for our Podcast Corner Q&A session. Have a good day, guys, and stay safe, and we'll see you very shortly. Hello guys, and welcome back. So you've just been watching our lovely videos and our lovely contestants and members part of Freedom Road Creative Arts and part of Podcast Corner 101. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen, then don't forget to hit that like button below and also hit that subscribe button, and also please, if you can, hit that bell button so you can be notified about our future uploads. Anyways guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week for another Podcast Corner 101 Q&A video.